all right, mate, like wanker. From Goldie got signed with Timeless, then, you know, majors come out with, oh, we got to have a Goldie, so they all start sniffing around. You know, I was one of the last to sort of sign to a major. The record label with RCA at the time wanted me to be like the next Chemical Brothers. You know, you gotta understand that if you go back to that era and look at an act like The Prodigy, go and look at all their interviews with Liam, you know, he would always talk about me. You know, he was very influenced by me, my DJ, and I was very flattered, you know. I remember doing a gig for him, I think it might have been about 95, 96, and I DJ'd at Island Ilford. And as I was DJing, there's like a box on the stage behind me, and they kept poking their heads out, going like this. But I thought they meant it, you know, like, all right, mate, like wanker. So I'd be like playing to the crowd, look around and see me, I'd be like, oh, off, and I kept telling them to piss off. And I was getting the ump, because I felt like they're really taking the piss. And then afterwards, when I come off, they're like, why are you all annoyed? What's the matter? And I'm like, you lot standing there doing that? They're like, yeah, because we think you're good.
When we won the Mercury in 1997, it was something that was a shock, not just for us, but for the whole scene. It was at that point when you just knew that this music was about to blow up. MTV got involved, they picked up the music, they started showing videos, people like Adam F was being on MTV, there was people like DJ Rap was being rotated, Groove Rider, and Fabio was on Radio 1. The thing was starting to really, you know, take life. You can see all these different kind of A&R guys coming to these gigs down at the end in London.
They're there chucking money at, you know, they'll be signing an artist. I'm not going to name no one, but there were certain people getting deals that had never made a record in their life.
Because at the same time, while this was all going on, I was also writing for Music Magazine, so which was one of the big dance music monthlies in the UK at the time. So I could see like this whole progression where like, you know, no one gave a shit, and then like suddenly like everyone did give a shit. And like, you know, it was things like Blue Note and things like Speed, where like I think the magazines were like, you know, before that drum bass was a bit like, you know, kiddie music, whatever. But then it was like so many people were going, and people were queuing outside the clubs, and people from Japan, people from everywhere, everyone was trying to go to these places, and the music magazines couldn't ignore it.